Your mom and dad met at church. Your dad met your mom at church. Isn't that what you told me? What church was that? Have been at Center Hill, or would have been at Walker Chapel, or what church would that have been at? You've told me that story of her riding off with some other fella on Sunday, or from some meeting, and your dad driving his cart up over his wheel.
That was the old Center Hill church.
That was at Center Hill where they. So is that probably where they met?
I don't know exactly what the first meeting was because everybody knew everybody in those small
Towns, yeah.
towns.
Small communities.
And there's just a few churches and schools, so
Right.
they
Yep.
intermix.
So he had maybe known her for a while.
Yeah,
He may have met her in grade school.
he may have, and he was a little older than her and maybe didn't take a second look.
Until later, yeah.
Yeah.
So you think it was at Center Hill, though, where...
Center Hill, or it could have been Forestdale, but probably Center Hill.
where she went home with the different fella and he...
Yeah, that was Center Hill. He ran his buggy right over that guy's wheels.
That guy had to realize that was a serious threat. I will take a beating.
He wasn't going to stop and make an issue out of it.
No. Earl is small, but he is fierce.
And I'll tell you what, I know Mama well enough to know she giggles.
Yes. But she wouldn't she would not have approved of them fighting.
No. Dad never liked her dad.
Yes, the Campbells.
Thought he was too hard on her. But you know, you have to look at what he went through because I think Grandpa Campbell's mother died when he was born, and his father remarried, and then his father, I think, died when he was 10 or 11 years old, and he was left with two and he ran away from home and made it on his own when he was like, I think 12 years old. So you gotta give him something for that.
Man, tough.
I liked him. I got along with him, and he was certainly different than the Walkers, but I used to stay with him a lot. He fixed it up so I had a cot on his back porch if I had a date in town and was about to have to walk home.
Late.
Late at
I had
night.
forgotten you had told me that you'd spend the night at his.
Yeah.
And would he feed you in the next morning?
Oh yeah, he'd be in there. He wasn't very careful about it. He seemed to once he got that nice house in town. He had several extra rooms, and he kept roomers there.
Oh. Now what happened to his wife?
Hmm?
What happened to his wife, your grandma?
She died. I can remember when she died. I was big enough that they took me to their old farmhouse where she was what they call laid out.
Yeah, and they laid her out for several days, didn't they?
Yes, they had